Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels. Occasionally, I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want. Hey, everybody, welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude down in the basement. Today, I've always heard that Faerys, people think of them as such happy, friendly little things, but they're actually not supposed to be, from what I've heard, they're not that friendly. This is 8 fairy creatures you should never try to contact. Fairy folklore. This is pretty interesting, so let's check this out. Yeah, when you think of a fairy, you think
Many
of happy,
fairy beings
friendly.
and creatures move between the astral and physical worlds. Some of these are distant kin of the fae and small folk or connected with them in some way. Some of them are not friendly and should be avoided whenever possible. Boggarts. The Scottish entity is a close cousin to the gremlin. In northern England, it is called a badfoot or hobgoblin. Seen only as a hateful, solitary male, the boggart is short and somewhat ugly. He is most active at night. He revels in tormenting and terrifying children.
It's kind of interesting.
Bogwus.
Buckwus.
This solitary creature made itself known to Native Americans of the northwestern area of the United States. He is rarely seen, but his presence is felt in thick, dimly lit forests. The evil face of this being is always painted in bright war paint. Quick glimpses from behind tree trunks and rustling of bushes announce his presence to hunters, hikers, and fishermen. He is extremely dangerous to fishermen around rushing water of rivers and streams because he waits for an unguarded moment, then pushes the fisherman into the water to drown.
These are just stories, but I find it interesting.
Goshi. This enormous dark green hound is said to roam the Scottish Highlands. It belongs to and is controlled by the Fae.
What is it with Scotland? Now there's 2 of them from Scotland.
It has a braided tail and human-sized feet, and only bays 3 times at night when hunting human women to become nursemaids for fair children.
That's a fairy, and it looks like a wolf.
Each usage. This water horse of the Scottish Highlands
3 from Scotland.
is the most dangerous of all fairy water horses. It roams around the sea and lochs and ordinarily takes up the shape of a sleek horse that will let you ride it. Other times, it will appear as a handsome young man. If a human mounts this water horse, it will rush into the water, where it drowns and devours the victim. The Isle of Man has a similar creature known as the Glaston.
Goblin. What's that movie, Troll 2? Nilbog. Welcome to Nilbog. It's Goblin spelled backwards. It was the worst movie ever made, Troll 2. Best worst movie, that's what it was.
Although they are earth spirits, goblins are malicious and troublesome to have around. Tradition puts their origins in the Pyrenees Mountains. From there, they entered France, spread across Europe, and by stowing away on Viking ships, made their way to Britain. They're called goblins in Germany and drags in Scotland. Other earth spirits will not allow goblins in their areas because of the trouble they cause with their malicious mischief and evil cunning. Goblins usually look like a more shabby form of a brownie, but they can change their size. They're most active at night and like to cause nightmares, hide things, blow dirt into people's eyes, and creep close behind people in frightening situations. They easily communicate with flies,
Hate
mosquitoes,
flies.
wasps, and hornets, sending out calls that cause swarms of these insects to attack or annoy warm blooded creatures, particularly humans. They take shelter in deserted houses, old ruins, clefts in rocks, and twisting roots of old trees. If you hear high pitched squeals and shrill tittering at night, there's a goblin dying close by.
Leshy?
Leshy. The two varieties of this being are both found in the Slavic Russian areas. The woodland variety has human bodies, but the horns, ears, and legs of a goat. These forest guardians are primarily active from dusk
Okay, that looks like a demon to me.
until dawn during the spring and summer months. Foresters and the few other humans who have seen them say they are very thin and have blue skin and green hair and eyes. Some of them are very dangerous, others only try to frighten humans who enter their domain. Another type of fleshy haunts the water and its immediate surrounding area. They try to push humans into the water, hoping they will drown.
Maybe most of these are demonic in nature, and I've noticed a lot of them are like drowning you, trying to drown you. I mean, they always said that, water, you want to stay away from the water. At least that's what I've heard.
Redcap. This evil creature lives only on the border between England and Scotland, where he inhabits ruined castles and watchtowers. If such places are not available, he will take up residence in piles of old stones. One of the most dangerous of the fairy kin, avoid the red cap at all times, for he seeks human blood to keep his cap colored bright red. He looks like a small old man with fiery red eyes and long grey hair. Although he wears iron boots, he moves swiftly and can overtake any human he sees. Instead of hands, he has eagle claws.
Kelpies?
Kelpies. This is another fairy creature
I
that
haven't
is
heard
found
of
near
hardly any
water.
of these.
In Scotland, it is called the Kelpie, while in Cornwall, it is known as the Shawnee. Although it can appear as a human or a seal, it usually takes the form of a white horse with a foamy mane. The Kelpie wails loudly just before a storm. In semi human form, the Kelpie looks hairy with seaweed hair. The Kelpie likes to hide in bushes near a loch or sea, waiting for a human or horseback to come by. It then leaps behind the rider, trapping him or her in a crushing grip with its long arms, while spooking the horse until the rider loses control. When the Kelpie tires of this malicious game, it then leaps back into the water.
Well, I don't know about you, but I find that kind of interesting. Most of those fairy creatures I had not ever heard of. I've heard of goblins, of course. That's pretty much it, though. And I wonder why so many of them come from, like, Scotland. There's a lot of them from Scotland. That last one, I think they said it was on the border of Scotland and England. How about a joke? Did you hear about the constipated accountant? He couldn't budget, so he had to work it out with paper and pencil. Okay, that was just wrong.
Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag Mean Gene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.